As you guys know, I associate with quite a few people here on the YouTubes, and one of those guys that kind of always been really nice to me and that I've kind of struck off a relationship with and talked to on Instagram is no other than Doom Crew Outdoors. Alright, he doesn't put out a ton of videos just because of his work schedule and everything, but he put out a great one last week doing a Q&A with the shotguns and stuff. But guys, just a stand-up guy. I sent him the Mohawk to review and sent him just a couple little goodies, you know. And he's like, hey, I want to send you something to check out. Well, not only did he sent me two things to check out, but he also sent me some very special gifts and, of course, a handwritten letter. Now, the gifts I'm going to do in a second video. I told him I got to split these up because there was so much to it. So today we're going to go over the items that I got to review and send back to him, because I don't want to hang on to these any longer than I have to, because I realize that, you know, you're looking at this and you can tell that this is something that Doom Crew's using out there. I mean, look at this thing. Look at the patina on that bad puppy. But what we have here, we got the case tribal lock, and then we have a SHARPFINGER. Now, we'll go over the tribal lock first. But this right here is that pocket-worn whiskey bone, okay? And not only that, but it's also in the CV steel. Now look at that. That's what everyone's after. That's what everyone wants on their case knives these days. Either the CV that they're getting, and I think they've moved away from that and are going more with the carbon steel to kind of compete with all the other companies like GEC and these other companies who aren't afraid to hit that carbon market. You know, they're realizing that people are getting a little wiser with how they take care of their knives, so they're not afraid to put that out anymore. And I'm glad for that, because I'd much rather mess with a CV or a carbon knife than a stainless steel one. But you know, the stainless steel ones, I got plenty of them. They still work. You can still sharpen them. Don't worry, it's okay. But we'll talk a little bit about this knife while I put this one to the side. This right here, it's got the CV steel. It's got the lock back on it. You see, very easy to manipulate. But we have the nickel silver bolster. You know, it does have, it's about 4 1/16 inches long. Now, I don't realize you can't even see that right there, but I've taken up all my space with stickers. So we'll just do this right here. She's like 4 1/16 inches long, if you can see that on my brand new 1949 ruler I got here. Now, as far as the blade, a little over 3 inches. You know what's that? 3 1/8 probably. And I believe the cutting length's probably 2 5/8 is what it says here on the paper. So yeah, we're about 2 5/8 just in total cutting length. But let's do the overall here. And this oh, it's not even big enough. But the overall length on this is 7 1/8 inches long, and the weight's like 3.04 ounces. Now this knife right here, this is just a user. Look at this thing. He has used this thing, and you can tell it's got plenty of pocket time on it. Look at that. Look at the bone on this. So, no chips, no cracks. Look at that. Usually around some of these users, you'll find some chips or cracks along the pins and stuff like that. But this thing right here has just stood the test of time. And look at that shield. Case XX USA. Let's check it. Well, she just doesn't want to focus, but maybe if we can, yeah, look at that. I mean, this is just a well-made, very decent constructed, well, I don't want to say decent, I want to say excellent constructed knife. Compared to some that you're getting these days, this right here is just all in all, just a good blade. And I want to thank him for sending this my way to check out. This right here is kind of above and beyond what I was expecting him to send me. You know, I realize, let's get her to focus here. Look at that. We're going to look at the patina on it. But look at the jigging on that, guys. That jigging is just phenomenal. We'll open up. See if we can get that tang in there. And I believe he said this is a 2019 model. He did some double checking. And has that USA under there because it is just a one blade knife, so it's a 2019 model. We got a little finger pull, a little nail nick pull there, but I mean you really You don't even need it for this thing. I mean, you can just open it right up, willy-nilly, no problem. This thing is just locking. There's no play up and down or side to side. I'm going to turn that off for just a second. But yeah, that jigging, I mean, that's pretty highly impressive for a 2019. And I realize they probably put a little more care into the QC on these than they do some others. You know, but we'll look at something I can compare it to. This is old 65 through 69 case. And when I seen this knife, and I was getting ready to do this video, and I was like, man, I need to pull this thing out and just kind of compare, you know. But yeah, look at that jigging. This knife right here will bite you. You got to be careful with it. So yeah, I want to thank Doom Crew for sending this along and trusting me to check something like this out. You know, it's not every day you have someone send a knife that you can tell that they love, cherish, and use, and send it to you for you to review. So I want to thank him very much for that. Now let's move on to the Fixed Blade Friday. It is Friday night while I'm doing this, but what we have here is the Schrade SHARPFINGER. But it's not like any SHARPFINGER that you've seen before. This one's a little different, guys. Got Schrade, we got limited edition on the blade right there. Now, as far as the sheath, he made that out of old baseball glove, he told me. I think that's cool as hell. You know, it's nothing I could do. And for a guy who, I mean, he's not a leather maker. He is a machinist, so, I mean, he knows all about metal and getting stuff to form the correct way and lathes and stuff like that. So, I mean, you know the guy's used to working with his hands, so I think that's pretty phenomenal if you ask me. Scout carry as well. But if you look at this, this doesn't have your normal Durlin blades on it like you would see come on the old timer, the what is that, the 152 OT for old timer. This has some good old stag on it. Look at the fat stag on this, guys. And he did this himself. Again, just a phenomenal job. And you can, I think he's 6'3", so you know he's got some big hands. If you guys seen his video, you can tell that he is a big dude. So he's going to need something a little more to grab a hold of than a normal person. You know, but let's look at this. This is just, I like these knives. I think they're excellent for hunting. You know, if you got a bigger blade to gut your deer, get through the pelvis and the rib cage and whatnot, and through the sternum, and then you can use this for your more fine detailed work, you know, inside and getting the skin off the deer and stuff like that. But look, he's got pins. He probably, you know, he's a machinist, so he probably made those pins or you know what I mean? This just has awesomeness written all over it. When someone spends time and does something like this, it just impresses me. I'm highly impressed. And you know, for him to take that stag, cut it, shape it, pin it, just a phenomenal job. And again, I want to thank him for trusting me with this. Now, the overall length on these SHARPFINGER is going to be about 7 inches. The blade length, we got probably 3, I'm going to say 3 1/4, I'm going to assume. You know, I'm no rocket scientist, but yeah, I think the blade, yep, 3 1/4 inches on the blade. We got a cutting edge, going to be, what is that? Probably 2 3/4, almost 3. Well, I'd say right at, well, let's look here. Yeah, she's right at 3 inches. Right at 3 inches. Stainless steel. Got the trailing point with a hollow grind on this bad puppy. You know, just an all-around great knife for getting finer, detailed work done. You know, guys, again, I'm going to tag Doom Crew in this. I want everyone to go over, check out his channel. Guys, he's got some great content. If you're into a guy who is thrifty with his buying and just waiting on a good deal, then you need to go watch his channel. He has accrued some excellent case blades over the years just by being patient. And I want to thank him because he actually helped me. He goes on there and hunts, and if he finds something he thinks I'm interested in, or anybody else, he'll take it and forward it to us. The yellow handled case carbon trappers, we all got those because of him. He's the one who found those, and then sent them to myself, RJ, and a bunch of other people, and they were $25 a piece, and we all picked one up. You know, for $25, we're going to risk it. And mine come out damn near perfect, you know, when I got mine. So I had no complaints with that, spending $25. The only complaint I have is I should have bought more of them. I should have bought 3 or 4 of the things and just wasn't thinking. And you know, when you're buying off eBay, you know, we didn't have a lot of pictures to go off of. So, I mean, I think we all just got one. But, I mean, I really wish now that I'd have got 3 or 4 of them. So, check out his channel. Because another thing, today, he sent me a blue copper lock. It needed a little tip work. The tip was snapped off. Oh, I made an offer. They accepted the offer yesterday. Today, they canceled the sale. Said they'd already sold it. And this is the 4th time this eBay stuff has happened to me. And what I did was I emailed the people, you know, like, oh, we're sorry, you know, the system, you know, it was sold and eBay wouldn't let us take the ad down. I said, I made an offer, you accepted the offer, so that means you accepted the offer knowing that you didn't have the item. And then they backtracked, and I sent Doom Crew the screenshots, and he's just like, I've never had that happen. I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, because this is like the 4th time it's happened to me. But oh well, we could have real problems, right? You know, I'll take a problem on eBay any day over something that could be a lot worse, I guess. And that's what I told him. You know, I was like, you know, just turn my frown upside down, and just happy the weekend's here, because it's been a hellacious week at work, guys. It has been as you guys know, I was on vacation. It's my 2nd week back, and I'm still playing catch up, and I think I've got it all caught up, but I guess we'll see, you know. We'll see next Monday when I get there how bad things are. But yeah, it's been a crazy one. I'm struggling to keep up, but it is what it is. And I just want to thank Doom Crew. I'm going to tag him. Get over there, check his channel out, like, subscribe to his channel. While you're at it, like, subscribe to my channel, and leave comments. And while you're at it, stay sharp and stay strong.